Hello there, Coastal Band. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith, and we are talking about the big changes headed our way in the forecast. So you've probably heard by now, there's a chance for freezing temperatures. That's going to be Monday night into Tuesday morning. So a week from today, as far as the early morning AM 7-day forecast goes, it's not including that freeze, but it is including the drop in temperatures on Monday. So we'll take a look at that now. Here's that 7-day. The main things you need to know leading up to this forecast is really windy and dry conditions with fire danger today. Really windy conditions on Friday with that fire danger. And then Monday is when our Arctic air comes into play. So that's what we've got. Make sure you post your questions in the comments so I can get to all of them and know what you're most interested in finding out. And we can talk about it. If I don't talk about it on here during this Facebook Live, I will be able to talk about it tomorrow morning on First Edition and make sure you know everything that you need to know. So that's what we're looking at. Of course, Monday is our big day of change, so you've got a week to prepare to start thinking about if you need to wrap any of your pipes, what type of house you live in, and the precautions that you need to take. I will say one thing to keep in mind is that if it does get cold enough where you decide that you might want to drip your pipes, you don't have to drip all of them in your house. You only have to drip the pipe the faucet that's the farthest away from your water source, and make sure that it is a drip, not a stream. And that will be the best, not only for your pipes, but for our water conditions down the road as people decide to do that. So again, no need to do that. Don't go home and do any dripping today. That's not until Monday night. So Monday night, next Monday night, into Tuesday morning. So a full week away. So you've got time to think about it. The number one thing you should be thinking about is if you have any uncovered outdoor pipes. So that's going to be the ones that are, you attach the water faucet to, take your water faucet off, put that foam cover on it, buy that if you need it. Any pipes that go out of the ground, wrap them in that foam, things like that. That's things to start thinking about, because it does look like we've got a pretty good chance of temperatures falling into the 20s. So a hard freeze is going to be possible. How long is still a bit of a question mark, how long we hit that mark. But Tuesday morning does look like a freezing day here in the Coastal Bend. Additionally, as we look ahead to Wednesday, there's a chance we hit freezing once again on Wednesday morning, but it looks maybe like just a light freeze instead of a hard freeze. So here's the difference between those two. We'll pull up that graphic now while I look at some of those. Yeah, I saw that too, Zach. Thank you for that comment. Is there a current burn ban? That's a good question. I think meteorologist Kristen Walla has updated our burn ban map. Let me see when that was last updated. .17 was when this was updated. So currently Corpus Christi is not under a burn ban. It appears, or Nueces County, assuming this was updated properly, on 1/7. So that would have been on Sunday. But additionally, just because there's not a burn ban in place doesn't mean that you shouldn't burn on dangerous days for burning, which would include today. We are under a fire weather warning or a red flag warning, which means that if a fire gets started, it could easily burn out of control. That's going to come again on our Friday and then again on Monday. So 2 days you should definitely not burn anything. Great question, Maggie. Hey, Rita. Getting into the nuance of the rain, it doesn't look like it. We've got a really low chance of rain, Zach. But with that being said, there is a chance. It's not a 0% chance of rain, but it looks like if we do see any rain, it would be while our temperatures are still on the warmer side and not quite when that colder air has moved in. So that's a positive note there. But again, that's a week out. The preset forecast is something that will change. The temperature forecast is something that usually holds pretty steady the exact temperature fluctuates a little bit here or there, but once we're in the 7-day window for temperatures, it's usually a pretty good forecast that a freeze is going to be possible. So here's the difference between the freeze types. Freeze is 29 to 32, so a hard freeze is anything 28 degrees or less, and that's the one that causes more damage. So after 4 hours is a good idea of when pipes may begin to freeze. Again, we'll iron out how long our temperatures will be below freezing coming up here shortly, but that's really what we are looking at in terms of what you can be expecting. So that's what we are tracking for you guys. I'm trying to use this computer while somebody else is getting on it. But what we have is our wind speed forecast now. So Tuesday, Friday, and Monday, those are our strongest wind gusts. We've got today lighter than yesterday, but we still could see some 35-mile-per-hour gusts. And then Monday, we still could see some 35-mile-per-hour gusts behind the front that drops our temperatures. But looking at Friday's when we see our strongest wind, and so I'm going to backtrack now to our peak wind yesterday. So 41 miles per hour was the peak wind in Corpus Christi, 63 miles per hour the peak wind at the Naval Air Station, 45 miles per hour Corpus Christi since midnight, but our winds are lighter now as we speak. We do still have some wind watches and warnings in place, so that fire weather warnings through 6 p.m., then the gale warning offshores through noon, small craft advisory through 3 p.m. But right now, not dealing with gusts. We do have sustained wind at 17 miles per hour, and I expect that to continue. So that's what we're really watching, is the wind sustained about 15 to 20 miles per hour throughout the day today, possibly up to 25 miles per hour, especially near the coast, right? So those gusts, more so likely 30 miles per hour. Peak wind gusts would be 35 miles per hour, but look, as we head into the overnight hours, we start to lose that gustiness. So it will be calmer while you're sleeping tonight. That's the good news. So breaking down your wind gust forecast, let's see if this model, it's not going to want to catch up. But this was this Friday morning, right? So Friday is a day we're going to see some really strong winds. In fact, let's edit this. So, Friday. Okay, so we are going to see the wind picking up this afternoon and then weakening again this evening. We get really light winds overnight into Wednesday. We're talking 25-mile-per-hour gusts on Wednesday. Thursday morning, there could be some fog. So Thursday morning, watch out for patchy, possibly dense fog with our lighter winds and our southerly winds bringing in that moisture. Yeah, fog on Thursday. As we head into Thursday afternoon, we could see some 30-mile-per-hour gusts once again. Then Friday's when our next cold front comes through. So you'll see the wind shifting from the southwest to the northwest, and that northwest wind, that's dry air, and that dry air boosts our fire danger. So you can see here Friday, we're talking 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts are not out of the question. Late Friday morning and into the early afternoon, then those winds start to lighten, and we've got really pleasant conditions on Saturday and Sunday. Then our next front, this is an old cold front. Our next front is going to move through Sunday, so you'll see that 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So right now it's looking like, well, actually it's not moving through Sunday. That's actually going to be a warm front that moves through Sunday. And then Monday is going to be when we see the one that brings the Arctic air. So wind gusts 30, 35 miles per hour, up to 40 miles per hour on the coast. And then that air moves in and we see our temperatures fall. So the best chance of rain is going to be with the front. So the front is moving through Monday morning, possibly early afternoon. Then our temperatures fall below freezing as we head into Tuesday morning. And so the good news is right now it looks like the timing of any chance of rain and their freezing temperatures aren't pairing up. But that's something we will be continuing to watch. So you'll want to keep a close eye on that for the forecast. Let's see. Yeah, burning brush is not a good idea today. Tomorrow, here's our wind forecast. If I was to burn anything, it would be Saturday. Tomorrow and Thursday aren't the worst days, but the winds are still pretty strong, just not as gusty. Saturday is our lightest wind day. That's when I would burn something. So if you're concerned, that would be the day. We do have a fire weather warning today until 6 p.m. Icy roads are more likely for North Texas, so North Texas. Pretty good looking forecast there for the chance for some winter type of precipitation. But for us, here's that timeline. So here's the cold front. This is the first one that moves through Friday, right? We have our Friday cold front. A chance of rain, better chance for Houston. Looks like it'll be mostly a dry passage for us. Beautiful conditions on Saturday and Sunday. Then the next cold front comes in. So here's our front. Well, right now it's having fairly dry conditions with the front. You get that overrunning pattern, which leads to the rain, wintry precip, and possibly snow across North Texas. Our best chance for rain is Monday afternoon. And then by the time our temperatures would be freezing, model guidance as of now has the moisture moving out. So this would be 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. The front, I haven't moved it that far ahead, but the front would be where that rain is on the map. And so ideally, the timing isn't lining up properly. But again, temperatures are going to be pretty cold, it looks like, on those days. It does look like we'll fall into the 30s. Let's see. So here comes Tuesday. Okay, I think this is just high temperatures. Hold on. No, those are together. No, it should be rolling. It's just not catching up. Okay, here we go. Now we've got the cold air showing. So this is Monday. Temperatures in the afternoon falling into the 50s and 40s. Then by 1 a.m., we're talking below freezing. By 6 a.m., we're talking hard freeze. By 9 a.m., still possibly dealing with those freezing temperatures, then we get above freezing by noon. Again, this is one model run, not exact, but that's an idea of what you can kind of expect. And it shows that the timing of the rain would be Monday afternoon, and we're still above freezing. Then we drop below freezing overnight into Tuesday. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. Hard freeze likely. At least we're not Dallas-Fort Worth where they're getting a forecast of 6. Oof, that would be so cold. Then there's a chance Wednesday morning we get down to freezing once again. It's a close call right there. But yeah, light freeze Wednesday morning, hard freeze Tuesday morning. That's what you should go away with this. That's what you should take away with this. Do we go buy up all the water and toilet paper now? I think the more important thing is to make sure you have your pipes sealed or covered in the foam things for your pipes. That's most important. We've got 2 days where possible freezing temperatures, then we start to warm up again. So it does not look like a repeat of 2021. I will say that confidently. But that's pretty much all I have. One of the reasons why I am pretty confident in this freeze is we've got this low pressure that's hanging out over the Arctics, over Canada, and what it's going to do is essentially it's hovering in that region and it strengthens as we head into Monday. That paired with high pressure over the coast of California brings that cold air down from the Arctics into Texas, and that's what we're looking at happening on Monday, is that colder air easily flowing down the jet into Texas and dropping our temperatures as a result. So be prepared for that. For now, I'm going to sign off and leave you with our 7-day forecast, which doesn't include Monday night, but be warned, Monday night will freeze. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. Don't forget, I posted a link. You can always check out the forecast at the link. That is KIIITV.com/weather. Then you click on the latest forecast and we've got you covered. For now, you can always download our app as well. And I hope you have a terrific Tuesday.